Alright, Shalom. I'd like to start by saying, Kal Halayim La Yahweh, Ba'ashim Yahweh Ba'ashim Harakar Kodash Ma'amath. Double honors to the elder apostles, the great millstone, and my elder Heroine as well. Salutations to the Akim that are pushing the truth and sincerity and truth. And peace and blessing to the men, women, and children. I believe in the name of Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushai. Alright, I'm Kanak Sa'am Ban Yasha'ala from the Lions in the Yasha'ala camp. And this one is I'm not really sure what to call this. Um But just going along with the spirit. um, yeah, going along with the spirit. Um, so probably want to start out with what's the scripture I want to start out with? Um, okay. Um, we sometimes we find ourselves positioning ourselves like you know trying to not necessarily fit in, but budget according to you know it's cool to create a budget, but like when we try to do things like save money and like all that rainy day funds type bull crap when you got Esau that manipulates the market, you know. So the same you might have a budget to where you save just say $500 a month, just throwing some stuff out there, right? And then so what is that? $500 a month was that like 5,500 or something like that um a year. But at the end of that year that you saving that money, that 5,500 ain't worth the same, that it was at the beginning of the year. And not only that, you would think that the value of it would increase, but it decreases, you know. So it's like no matter how much you try to prepare in this society, um, Esau's gonna it's a terminology meaning like move the goalpost, but meaning normally it's meant to moving it forward to make it easier for you to achieve your goal. But what Esau does, he moves it backwards to make it harder. You know, so it's like it's putting us in a position of hope. Ain't nothing we can do. Ain't nothing we can do in this matrix to suffice without the Lord. You know what I'm saying? That's just it. I mean, we already know that, but to the extent and to the magnitude of that is incredible because we're seeing it right, but we're seeing the Lord making us fully dependent on Him, right? And Him showing up every single time. That's a beautiful part about it. Almost like a surreal moment to like almost to the point like sometimes I ain't gonna even lie, like the situations that the Lord like, what I'm saying, brought me through, like especially on the financial situation, like it's almost like unreal, like how in the hell did that happen? You know what I'm saying? And it's good to be in that, and it's good to be in that type of frame of mind because you got a lot of people that think, what I'm saying, because they're well off that the Lord got them. But what happens when this man playing with the money? He manipulating that. You know what I'm saying? He manipulating the entity that majority of the world has their trust in, the dollar. Whether it's the American dollar, Chinese dollar, the rubles, yuan, whatever the fuck. Like people are trusting in riches as a form of mental, physical, emotional, and financial stability. Like, I mean, I would trust in finances for, I mean, money for financial stability, but not for anything to do with my salvation or my mental well-being. When people just have, you know, so just think about it. The more money you make in this society, the higher you go up in the tax bracket, and and the higher you go up into what is it, social status. Let's say that, for lack of better terms. And let's just think, if you were like, I had a conversation with an Edomite one day, right? And he asked me a question because I had got custody of my daughters, and I had to raise them by myself. And they were like, "How were you able?" This was way back in like 2011, 12, whatever. He was like, "How were you able to, sustain living and raise three children by yourself off 9.75 an hour?" This was before I came into the truth. Um, but then, so I gave it to him. I like, it had to been the Lord, you know what I'm saying? Because I was in the truth when I was at to explain it to him. You know what I'm saying? It had to be your how about Shema Shai. But he was like, well, whatever it was, if you could maintain that mindset that you had, making 9.75 an hour, making if you make $975 an hour, if you can't maintain that same frame of mind, that's where wealth and riches come from. But the moment you started making extra, you change your mindset to wanting extra things, you know? And that's how you get trapped in the system. When you make more money, your eyes get bigger and you want to possess more things. That's why Biggie said more money, more problems, you know? But if how about Shemai Shai wants us to perfect simplicity and live according to that, being content with food and raiment, you know? Let me get the scripture real quick. It's Matthew chapter 6, verse 19. It says, lay up for yourselves, lay not up for yourselves treasures upon earth where moth and rust do corrupt, and thieves where thieves break through and steal. Because really, if you think about it, that's how what this society does. The fractional reserve currency that steals the money from the people. You haven't earned, Schlarkin. Nobody has earned anything for the amount of labor that they put into the system because they give you a promissory debt note. It's um currency or money is not supposed to be into a form of a note. And the fact of the matter that America doesn't even own its own money, currency, it's owned by the Federal Reserve, the Bank of England. So like nobody's been compensated for the amount of labor that they put into the system. So actually, like they're stealing from the people, but the people are caught up in the facade of the American dream that they're willing to work overtime. Oh, I get that time and a half. I get that double time. I get even more debt. I get double time debt for working extra. And not even understanding that our most major commodity that we have is our time. And we spend all of our time trying to make monopoly money. When we live on a rock that supplies everything that we need to sustain life, but we go to a job on labor to get uh, a promissory note, a IOU. All right, this is Matthew chapter 6, verse uh, verse 19. Again, it says, lay not up for yourselves treasures upon earth where moth and rust do corrupt, and where thieves break through and steal. Right. Because you can get robbed. If you're putting your trust in all that money, like surely money groweth wings and fly away as an eagle. Roughly paraphrasing. Verse 20 says, but lay up for yourselves treasures in heaven where neither moth nor rust do corrupt, and where thieves do not break through and steal, nor steal. Like, so the one treasure that we have is the token given unto us by Yahweh Shem Shai. The spirit that's gonna lead us to that crown. Lord willing, I'm part of that number. So separating yourselves That's why Yahweh said his burden is light and the yoke is easy. But the burden and the yoke of the world, man, I put so much pressure on you. Like you got people committing suicide, all kinds of stuff, because the pressure that this system puts on you. You worry about your lights being cut off, like your water being cut off, like you ain't got, you know what I'm saying? Like you can't go to the store and buy food to eat when we live on the earth that supplies the food. Like, come on, this devil got so many people so fucking confused that ain't nobody even arguing over resources. They arguing over money. That ain't no resource. You know what I'm saying? Yahweh Shai said he's gonna provide all that the elect need. You know, verse 21 it says, "For where your treasure is, there will your heart be also." So what? You know what is your so your heart meaning your mind? What is your mind solely occupied on? If your mind is solely occupied on bills, then your heart is on money. I mean, yeah, then your treasure is money. It's like it. Because what it's going to take to pay those bills, you can't use faith to pay those bills. You can, but like, you know what I'm saying? You know, like this system causes you to believe that you need it in order to sustain life. But Yahweh Shem Shai teaches us something totally different, to trust in him, not in the system. All right? This is verse 20, Matthew 6 and 21 again. It says, where your treasure is, there will your heart be also. All right? So that's what your mind's going to be solely occupied on. Verse 22, it says, the light of the body is the eye. If therefore thy eye be single, thy whole body is full of light. Right? So if you have your mind focused on your Yahweh Shem Yahshai, your body is full of light. But if you have your mind focused on money and things, tangible things like that, your mind's going to be pulled to and fro, and your light is going to be darkness. You know, because you're gonna fall the victim to thinking that you need that 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 wicked substance to sustain your life, and you're gonna find and people like 2/3 of our people find faith in that, and instead of finding faith in Yahweh Shem Shai. Verse 22 it says, "The light of the body is the eye. If therefore thine eye be light, but be single, thy whole body is full of light." Verse 23, "But if thy eye be evil, thy whole body is full of darkness. If therefore the light there that is in thee be darkness, how great is that darkness?" Right. They're being led by the darkness, man. They're being confused by darkness and led by darkness and governed by darkness. All right? Because they don't understand they can't come to the light. All right, it says verse 24, it said, "No man can serve two masters, for either he will hate the one and love the other, or else he will hold to the one and despise the other. You cannot serve Yahweh and Mammon." Right, that's just it. Because at one point, there's going to be a separation. Like at one point, you're going to have to choose. Do I go get this money, or do I go do the duties of Yahweh by Shem Shai? It's inevitable. That's going to happen. So you're gonna have to cleave unto one because you're gonna despise the other. Right, verse 25 it says, "Therefore I say unto you, take no thought for your life, what ye shall eat, or what ye shall drink, nor yet for your body, what ye shall put on. Is not life more than meat, and the body more than raiment?" Right. You know, Most High created these bodies, and He also created the clothes that we put on the bodies, created the food that we put inside the bodies. You know, so wouldn't it make sense for us to ultimately put our trust in Him that He's going to provide, seeing He's the creator of the heavens and earth and everything that sits above and below and in between? So, and we're still human. Sometimes we get a little anxious and a little excited, or, you know what I'm saying? But, you know, just think about Yahweh Shai and the sacrifice Yahweh Shai made in order for us to get deliverance and just hold on to that and understand that He made a promise to deliver those that truly believe in His name. It says, so we take no thought for our life, because Yahweh Shem Yahshua is going to provide for us. Verse 26 it says, "Behold, the fowls of the air, for they sow not, neither do they reap, nor gather unto barns, yet your heavenly Father feedeth them. Are ye not much better than they?" Right. The animals still running around here eating, even though Esau messing up the earth and making all the resources scarce. But the Lord is still providing for the animals, you know. So how much more for His elect? Verse 27 says, "Which of you, by taking thought, can add 1 cubit unto his stature?" Nobody, you can't. None of us can. But the Lord can. It says, "And why take ye thought for raiment? Consider the lilies of the field, how they grow, they toil not, neither do they spin. And yet I say unto you that even Solomon in his glory was not arrayed like the one of these." Right. So, you know, Yahweh Shem Yahshai takes care of His creation, the ones that He chooses to have mercy upon. Verse 30 it says, "Wherefore, if Yahweh so clothe the grass of the field, which today is and tomorrow is cast into the oven, shall He not much more clothe you, O ye of little faith?" And we got to hold on to that faith. The little tiny bit of faith that we have to hold on, because it's going to bring forth um, and manifest immaculate things in Yahweh by Shem Shai. It says, "Therefore take no thought, saying, what shall we eat, or what shall we drink, or whether shall we be clothed? For after all these things do the Gentiles seek. For your heavenly Father knoweth that ye need all these things. But seek ye first the kingdom of Yahweh and His righteousness, and all these things shall be added unto you." So right, just like how the other was talking about in the last video, how you know then with Ryan Garcia, like how he felt like he's a prophet or whatever. You know what I'm saying? But how's he gonna feel in that day when everybody's when the dollar collapsed and everybody's on the same playing field, and they offering the Mott B, the C hip, CBDC as a form of, you can't participate in anything or buy or sell anything unless you know what I'm saying, you get that opinion. How much of a prophet is he gonna be in that day? How much faith is he gonna have in being that day? Because it is hard for a rich man to enter into the kingdom of heaven. So he's been blessed with many riches. Is he when all that is taken away, is the amount of faith that he's claiming to have, is that going to help him sustain life? And that's a question for anybody, myself included. Like I pray that I have the endurance and the faith enough to withstand the things that are to come. But right now I can say all day, I never do this, I never do that. I don't know what might happen. You know, we're gonna sense a little. It's gonna be a little bit uncomfortable. You know, it's gonna be a little uncomfortable getting into the kingdom of heaven. It's not gonna be a cakewalk. You know, but when we're there, we're there. But it's gonna be. We're gonna have to prove that this is where, what I'm saying, where we're supposed to be. Verse 33 says, "But seek ye first the kingdom of Yahweh and His righteousness, and all these things shall be added unto you. Take therefore no thought for the morrow, for the morrow shall take thought of the things of itself." Right. So we can't worry about the things that's going to happen tomorrow, because tomorrow will deal for itself. Because if you worry about tomorrow and dwell on the past, you'll rob the joy from the present, and that's why we need to indulge in the present. I'm not worried about what I can do tomorrow. I'm worried about what I can do right now. I might not get tomorrow. All right. Close it out with verse 34. It says, "So take therefore no thought for the morrow. For the morrow shall take thought of itself. Sufficient unto the day is the evil thereof. So the Lord's going to give us enough faith on a daily basis to deal with the evil that we have to deal with on a daily basis, man. So understand that and knowing that, and just become plain. Simplify that life, because the more we get involved in this system, the harder it is for us to sustain spiritually, because that burden becomes heavier and heavier and heavier. So it's best is for to simplify ourselves and simplify our needs, and just increase our faith in Yahweh by Shem Shai. All right, Lord willing, this lesson edifying and serves perfect that like Sakah Halayim La Yahweh by Shem Yahweh Shai by Shem Harakak Wadash Ma'amath. Double honors to the elder apostles, the great millstone, and my elder Herawan as well. Salutations to the Akim that are pushing the truth and sincerity and truth. And peace and blessings to the men and women and children that believe in the name of Yahweh by Shem Yahweh Shai. Shalom.